Hello, and welcome back to the Goddess Me Arise Simple channel. This is your Auntie B with that favorite cosmic tea, letting you know what's going on in the world. So I've been away, and usually when I go away, I do what's called shadow work. And this time it was extra special because I got to do shadow work with my grandmother, who happens to be 90 years old. And we were working with ancestor veneration, strengthening relationships, and honestly, just getting back into the spirit because you know what? When trouble comes, and that water is trouble, baby, the first thing you need to do is go back to the spirit. So we're coming off that Gemini energy, right? The element of air, you know what I'm saying? It ended on June 20th, from May 21st to June 20th, I believe, is Gemini energy. And so, which is represented by the numerology 5, versatility, communication, I'll say curiosity, you know what I'm saying? It's also represented by the tarot card, the lovers, right? Lovers are all about relationships. It talks about communications and choices. It talks about the importance of all our relationships, be it romantic, platonic, professional, be it parental, whatever it is, it's about strengthening those relationships because right now what we need is family. When I get into that, and we're getting off the cusp of Gemini, which is still lingering just a little bit, we're going to get into the Cancer energy, June 21st to July 22nd. Now, again, we're talking about the element of water. Water is about emotion, okay, in the tarot. And so it symbolizes the number 2, which is sensitivity, intuition, and nurturing. Water is nurturing, right? When we talk about the tarot card that's in it, it's represented by the Chariot. The Chariot is about driving through, overcoming obstacles, being able to see the horizon, okay, on the other side there. It's not about being lazy, but it is about being strategic. If you don't have a map, you can't get there. Correct? And so when we're dealing with that element right now with the Chariot and getting over those obstacles, let's talk about how, okay? So I'm going to do, a quick 3 cards, just to get us out there, see what's happening. All right. Well, let's do it again. Okay. Okay. So the card is amazing to me because it's a wonderful tool, right? But that's not all Auntie know how to do. All right now. So again, we're talking about the Emperor. The Emperor has mastered all the suits, talking about swords, cups, pentacles, wands, right? So he has all his emotions in check. He has his strategic mind, logical in check. There's a balance. He's using his wise mind, the third brain, not just right, left, right brained or left brain. He is actually using his third eye, his middle brain. And so everything here together is in a place where it needs to be. If you notice, he has the Anak in his hand, which represents truth, wisdom, hidden secrets, and a connection to the ancestors and the divine. Okay. When you look at his staff, it's talking about strength, right? It's talking about strength, but not through force, because he already has the respect. He ain't got to go through all that. Right? He already knows that he's an emperor and he rules other kings. He ain't got to go through that. Now, some people might be like, oh, this is associated with, that man that's in the office. No, honey, this is talking about you. This ain't got to do with him. All right. So I just wanted to make sure I put that on out there. So when we're talking about the regalness that's behind him, the structure that's behind him, is telling you to stay in your own lane. Mind your own business right now. Master yourself. Master your emotions. Let's get strategic and get a plan going. Okay? Know thyself, you can heal thyself. The next card that I find quite interesting that I, pulled is the 7 of Cups. So when you're dealing with the 7 of Cups, right? Water is emotion. We are in Cancer. Cancer, the element of water, right? So we're dealing with all these emotions running through your head right now. What happens when you're emotional? You cannot think. Logic just goes right on out the window. And so this is telling you, with the moon is showing you a point of light here. Stay in the light. Don't let all these wayward thoughts, tend to create emotions, in you that are not going to serve you. If you notice that, either she can, stay on the illuminated path and find her way, or she can stay in the sea of emotions and stay adrift. It's your choice. But the thing at the end of the day is, Control your emotions. Set emotional boundaries, not only for people around you, but yourself. Okay? The third card that I got is the Ten of Scarabs, but actually it's the Ten of Pentacles. And if you look here, you can see that there's an older gentleman, right? You see the cat down there represents my goddess Bast. Blessed be to her, insect met. And if and the cat is always about that mystery. You know what I mean? The hidden, the unknown. You never can tell really what a cat is thinking. You know what I mean? They do their own thing. They stay in their own lane as a pet, right? You can tell them to come here and they'll look at you like, I'm going to sit over here and just, bathe myself and I'll get to you in a minute. You need to understand and embody that kind of situation. Now, he's imparting knowledge to these two people right here. And these are lovers, right? So this is a parental relationship, but these two are lovers. So he's telling his son basically, what it is that you need to do to believe and stand up in. Now, if you notice, there's a white horse. The white horse represents hope, journey, and enjoying your journey. If you notice the archway, right? You know what I mean? They're coming into their wisdom. So this is a good way to think about what you need to do moving forward. Move with logic, control emotions with wisdom, listen to your elders, respect your elders. They know a lot more than you think. You can't find everything on the internet, sweetheart. I know that you think that it is, but it is not. So anyway, just want to let you know, if you're interested in a reading or you enjoy this channel, thank you and come on back. I'll have some information in the description box, and I do readings by Zoom, by chat, whatever, medium or whatever that is comfortable for you. So once that's done, you want to contact me, it'll be there, and I'll give you a 5-minute consultation, and then we can go on from there. Anyway, so again, this is your Auntie B giving you that flavored cosmic tea, letting you know what's going on. Stay in your lane, stay in the spirit, wade in that water. And again, I just want to touch on that before I go. Back in the day, when we were wading in the water, it wasn't just about a song about spirituality. It was about a map. You wade in the water to get people the smell off you, so they can't smell you coming. You wade in the water so you can hide those footsteps so people don't know what you're doing. Work in silence and pray. Prayer is powerful. Okay? And, as the goddess Yamaya cried so hard because she lost her babies, so many ancestors lost their babies, cried so hard she filled up the seas, and what happened from that is life. Okay? In all the sorrows, in all the triumphs, it is life. Live your life. All right. Talk to you soon.